Hello and welcome to the Squaremeal Screencast for Senior Design with Professor Clapholtz. This screencast will walk you through the basics of our app, how it functions. Right now, the app is still being built, so what we're showing you is just a limited set of the features that we will eventually implement. So to start, I'm going to reload the app, start it from scratch, and show you what it looks like when you first open it. So right now, brings you to this screen. So as you can see, we start off the experience with requesting information from the user. And the reason we do this is because the entire premise of the app is to generate meals intelligently for our users that help them achieve certain goals. So, in order to do that, we need to get a lot of information about them that will help us help them complete that goal, help them achieve. So, for example, they could select lose weight, maintain weight, or gain weight. And throughout the app, there is basic error checking built in. So for example, if I try to continue on to the next onboarding screen without selecting an option, it will give me an error message prompting me to select a goal. So I select the goal, lose weight, for example, and then it will take me to this screen where it asks me how much do I weigh. Now the interesting part about this screen is we have two different weight systems, the metric and the imperial system, of course. And the reason we do this is because the app is going to be available internationally to anybody in the world. Obviously, the United States is one of the only countries that uses the imperial weight system. So we do support both. And depending on what you select here in this specific onboarding screen, the numbers and units throughout the rest of the app will correspond with that selection. And you will be able to change it in the settings eventually. So I select 150 pounds, and this is a picker view, it's called, where you can scroll and select different ones. So I'll select 150 pounds, and then it takes me to height. As you'll notice, this screen does appear in the same units of the ones I just previously selected. So because I selected pounds, this screen is in feet and inches. If I had selected kilograms, this one would have been in meters and centimeters. So I'll select my height, 6 feet, and then I will select my gender. This is a switch where there are two different colors depending on if you select male or female. We do this because we want to make it as easy as possible for the user to understand which choice they are selecting, so there are no mistakes. So the user might select male, the user might select female. I'll select male. So then we ask the user how active they are. So we give them this slider where they can decide how much, on a scale of, like 1 to 3, how active they are. And then based on how far the slider is slid, you will be able to, will extract if they're sedentary, moderately active, or extremely active. This, again, helps us determine what meals they should eat, how many calories they should be consuming with their goal in mind. So then they press next. That is the end of the onboarding. That is all the information we've collected. Now I will show you what the database looks like. So this is CloudKit right here. And this is the back end of our app where all the data will be stored. So I'm going to reload the page so that we can see the updated information. We're going to go to the public database and query for users. And here we get this user. And right here, you will see the information we just entered. Extremely active, the male gender. Their goal is to lose weight. Their height is 72 inches. Measuring system is imperial, and their weight is 150. And we have a flag here to see if they've finished onboarding or not. Now we are at the dashboard. On this screen, the user will be able to see their meals for the day. This right here is filler information right now because we're still prototyping the algorithms that will intelligently pick out meals for you. Just for visual purposes, we've populated this with some filler information so that you can see what it will look like eventually once we're finished. So we have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast is a 489 calorie meal, 24 grams of protein, 42 grams of carbs, 11 grams of fat. So if I tap this, it will bring up a more detailed view of the breakfast meal, which will show me the ingredients I need. Eventually it'll show the directions too. And it also shows me a description of the meal itself. Then to go back, I press the cancel button. And if I want to see my lunch meal, I'll click here. And again, we have a bison burger for lunch, 705 calories, a little description of it, ingredients, and all the nutrition facts up here. And then for dinner, the same thing. 910 calories, 10 grams of protein, 90 grams of carbs, 22 grams of fats. So that is a brief summary of the app as it stands now. We've knocked out a lot of the time-consuming work. The onboarding, for example, did take a lot of time. This, even designing the screen, took a lot of time because we are putting a big emphasis on design throughout the app, as I'm sure you've become aware of. And we expect to continue working on the other tabs of the app, the Graphs tab and the Profile tab. This is the Graphs tab right here. Right now it's just blank, and this is the Profile tab. Where the Profile, you'll be able to see your information, your settings, and tweak all that stuff, where the Graphs will show you your progress. So we are still working on that. Doing what we've done so far was pretty time-consuming. We've put a lot of hours into making sure this all works well, and so that it's not buggy, and that it's actually connected to the database. So in the coming weeks, we will have more progress, which we'll keep in touch with you guys, obviously, in the meetings. And yeah, that was a quick synopsis, a quick summary, a quick screencast of Square Meals and our vision for it.